Yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, guys? Welcome. I hope you guys all enjoyed my cool little intro. We're switching things up a little bit here today. What's up, guys? What's up? My TTG fam, what's going on, everybody? What's up, guys? How is everyone doing here today? What a day in the markets, man. What a day in the markets. What a day. Just a monster day in the overall markets. Man, if you guys were on my live stream yesterday, we literally talked about this exact thing happening. I just didn't think it was going to happen this quickly, to be honest with you. I didn't think we were going to get to the mid 350s. I talked about 354, 355. That's exactly the area that I talked about yesterday on the live stream. I didn't think we were going to get there today. Did not think we were going to get there today. All right. We got all the way up to 354. I mean, tremendous strength today in everything. Big tech led us higher. Massive moves. Apple, Amazon, Facebook. Big time. I mean, you're talking Apple, 5%, 6%. Amazon, 4%, 5%. Big moves in a lot of these large cap names. Small caps were definitely quieter today, as you had a very loud day, I think, I would say in large caps and in the overall market. So just a one hell of a day, really one hell of a day. So we're going to be talking about here, guys, on this live stream tonight is like, where do we go from here? What's next? We are awfully close to all-time highs. At the same time, we still don't have stimulus. And we just had the highest number of coronavirus cases worldwide in one single day. So worse than it was in March, April. But there's some interesting things that I want to talk about on this live stream. This live stream, we're going to be talking more kind of like a macro type of discussion. All right, we're going to talk more of a macro type of discussion today with regard to the overall markets and some headlines that we could be paying attention to. And then we're going to talk about some levels on the SPY and on the overall markets. Okay. So, a lot of people have a lot of questions about, about just markets in general, especially leading up to the election and everything coming up and the new polling numbers and, where do we go from here, right? Like what's next? And I'm going to share with you guys my short-term targets. I'm going to share with you specific levels that I think that the SPY is going to get to, specific catalysts that I think can move markets to certain levels. We're going to go over all of that stuff here today on this live stream. Okay. I did trade some small caps today. Today was a small red day for me. Very early on in the day, I just realized that, small caps just really there just wasn't anything there. There just wasn't a lot there. Today was all about broader markets. Today was all about the SPY. Today was all about large cap tech. And it was a gap and go move on the overall markets. And I was going to be a buyer today on SPY calls. We just never got the pullback that I was looking for. I mean, today was tremendous. We had a big gap up and the SPY just took off straight. The first 3 hours of the day, the market just went almost basically in a straight line. We topped out middle of the day, chopped around a little bit towards the early afternoon. Then we had a little bit of a cool off pullback, going into the close. But I mean, nothing that I would consider to be problematic on the pullback. We are trading a little bit lower in the future session right now. We're down 0.4% right now on futures. Not surprised after the move that this market has made in the last couple of days. You may not have realized it, but the move that we have made in the last couple of days in the overall markets is tremendous. Okay, tremendous. and we're going to talk about that as well. And where I think we have some areas that we can actually be buyers. I am bullish on the markets in the near term, and when I say near term, I'm not talking like the next 1 or 2 days. I think it's probably likely that we get a pullback in the next 1 or 2 days, and we consolidate a little bit as we kind of wait for some stimulus headlines. But there's some very interesting things today with some macro headlines that the market's completely ignored. And I think the markets are completely looking past any negative and are looking for all of the positives. Anything that is positive, the markets are looking towards that. Now, that's a little worrisome when you start to have a market kind of remind you a little bit like pre-COVID. Okay, it reminds you a little bit pre-COVID, which is when the markets looked past all the potential negatives and the markets were actually making new highs while China's economy was actually shutting down. Then you have the situation where just a month and a half ago, when we were ripping to all-time highs, we were looking past the fact that there was no stimulus. The markets looked past the fact that unemployment benefits expired at the end of July and it was August, September, and we still had no stimulus, and the markets pushed higher during that 2-month time span. And then all of a sudden in September, the markets realized, oh my God, wait a second, we needed stimulus. And then you had that big pullback that lasted a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Now it feels like the market's about to do that again. It feels like the market is saying we're looking past all the negative. We need stimulus, but we don't yet have stimulus, but we're going to rally as if we did have stimulus. So that's a little problematic or a little concerning. I think there's going to be a trade to the downside in the near term meaning within the next couple of days to couple of weeks. I think there will be a trade to the downside within that time frame. But when you're talking near term as far as the next couple months to the next year, we're making new all-time highs. That's my thoughts. That's my call. I'll talk to you guys exactly how I think that's going to happen, and I'll even go over with you when I think that's going to happen, and then I'm going to share with you when I think the next significant pullback off the all-time highs can come from. So that's what we're going to be talking about today on this live stream. What we're going to do here right now, guys, I'm going to start off the live stream same way we start off every live stream, and that is with a blanket Q&A session. And I'm going to have everyone right now. I'm going to give some time for people to log on, give some time for people to join us on the stream. We're streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So welcome all of you that are on those different media channels. If you're brand new, it's your first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're always doing live streams, live Q&As, always sharing some educational content with you guys for free on this channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, make sure you are notified every time that we do go live, because we are always dropping some golden nuggets of education and information for you on these live streams. So with that said, guys, go ahead, fire away. The floor is yours. Ask me a couple of questions, guys, whatever it's about. Obviously, keep it trading related, but the floor is yours, guys. Go ahead, ask me questions. The world is your oyster. Fire away. Oh, God. No, I don't think so. Ryan Osborne, no. No. I don't think it's got anything to do. I don't think it has anything to do with Kamala Harris. What's the Apple news tomorrow? All right, so tomorrow we've got the Apple event. All right, we've got the Apple event tomorrow. Tomorrow is the most highly anticipated Apple event, product launch or product event that we have had in the last several years. This is an important event because it's really the first time that we're getting like a whole slew of new products or new generation products with really new designs. This is probably the biggest announcement. They said it today on CNBC. This isn't coming from me. They talked about it a lot today on CNBC that this is probably the biggest Apple event from the iPhone 6, which was really your last major redesign on the phone. And you're coming up with a major redesign. You're coming up with a major redesign on the phones now again, and the numbers of people that switched up from like the 10 to the 11 was actually pretty low. So that leads people to believe that, you're going to get a little bit of a slew of people that are going to upgrade to the 12. I actually feel this is what I think about Apple. Traditionally, Apple has been a buy the rumor, sell the news type of play when they come out with new product launches. Rally into it and then pull back. Rally into it and then pull back. I think that you're going to have a similar situation. I think Apple obviously has rallied into the event up 6% today, which is ridiculous for Apple to be up 6% in a single day. Rallied up 6%. You're going to have, I think it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, is the event tomorrow. I believe it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, I believe it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. But I actually think Apple runs a risk of a disappointment during the holiday season. The way that I look at it is if you have an iPhone 10 or 11 and you lost your job this year, are you really going to spend $1,200 to get the 12? Are you going to spend $1,200 to get the 12? I just feel like there's a lot of people whose financial situation was affected during, obviously, COVID. And I think you run the risk of a disappointing iPhone sales number in the holidays. I think I do. That's why I think this event is so important, because how great is this new phone? It better be damn good to get people to spend over $1,000 to get the new phone, when you're talking about millions and millions of people that you're talking about people from all over the world, guys. This isn't just like a US situation. You're talking about people from all over the world. Think about how many millions of people have lost their job this year and maybe still don't have a job globally. Millions just in the US alone. What about in all the other countries where Apple sells iPhones? So I think you do have the risk of a disappointing sales number when it comes to the iPhone. So I think that you have, a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event here on Apple. And I think that Apple runs the risk of a disappointing holiday sales session. I think Amazon's going to crush it. I think Amazon's going to absolutely crush it. The amount of I think Amazon made up like 6% of all retail sales, but now I think that number is going to be even higher when it comes to the holiday season, because you're going to have the colder months. People are going to be home. If the cases are spiking again, people are. I just think that people are going to be so much more likely to, even the people that would not buy from Amazon, the people that would still go to the shopping malls, the people that would go and actually do their shopping in person, the people that, did not use Amazon, those people are now even going to be more likely to start to use Amazon, because who wants to go and do Christmas shopping with a mask on? Christmas shopping and holiday shopping, it's a pain in the ass, man. It's a pain in the ass. All right. So I think that Amazon's going to absolutely crush. I think Amazon can make new all-time highs. I think Apple will not. I do not think Apple will make new all-time highs just based off of sales and everything like that. If it's a broad market push and we get that, we get the new all-time highs in the overall markets before we get to any type of holiday sales season, then yeah, maybe. But if we're still below all-time highs at that time, I think that Amazon can push through just based on numbers, but Apple, I think, runs a risk of actually disappointing, which is probably contrary to a lot of opinions that you're going to hear on Apple, but that's mine. That's my opinion. Anthony Robinson, no, I don't trade Forex. Sorry. Yeah, Stephen Tefano, I agree with you. Amazon and Walmart are going to absolutely rock this holiday season. I agree 100%. Guys, I'm a huge fan of Walmart, by the way. I really like what management is doing at Walmart. Walmart is starting to look Amazon-esque. Okay. Amazon, Jeff Bezos with Amazon has absolutely mutated Amazon from this small little website that sold textbooks and books to the biggest retailer in the world. Okay. And has gotten them into 5 different industries when all they used to do was sell textbooks. Walmart is starting to feel like that. Walmart is starting to diversify. There was Walmart was in talks with the whole TikTok situation. I'm telling you, Walmart, their management team they are looking to mutate that company into something far bigger than just the store. Okay. I think for a long time, you've had Target, Walmart, Target, Walmart, Target, Walmart. From what I've been seeing out of management, if you said to me, Mike, pick a horse to win this race between Target and Walmart, it's Walmart. I've seen more innovation from Walmart. I've seen more of a need to focus more on reinvestment and in technology and on diversifying revenue streams and staying ahead of the curve and providing, different things for. I think Walmart is in that process. Okay. So I'm actually very bullish on Walmart long term. Like years long term, because I think they're going through a similar type of transition, or not necessarily transition, but it's more like a mutation. I like to say, like when a company goes through a mutation, it's like when Microsoft went through a mutation. When Microsoft was before Apple and Amazon and Facebook and were became the sexy tech darlings that they were. It was Microsoft. Don't forget, guys, Microsoft went through some antitrust issues with the government, and they had to reinvent themselves as a company to get back that revenue growth. And Amazon was successful in doing that. There's a lot of other companies that come to mind when you think about like companies that have mutated over the years. I mean, Apple being one of them. You went from just, selling a computer to now you're talking about Apple Music. You've got Apple Fitness. The companies that are the ones that will build you wealth throughout your life are the companies that continue to innovate and continue to mutate their business models throughout the years, because you have to do that as a company. You can't just be in business for 80 years and just keep doing the same thing and stay on that same path. That's not going to get you revenue growth. It's not going to get you, share appreciation. It's not going to build you wealth in your portfolio. So you always want to look for companies that have that type of Tesla. Okay. Tesla. Right. I mean, Tesla's a prime example, right? So you always want to look at these companies that have that type of innovative leadership. And I'm seeing that innovative leadership from Walmart. AMD, another one. The CEO of AMD, I don't know if anybody knows this, but she took over AMD when it was at $5 a share. $5 a share. It's now at 85. Okay. So, and then you take a look at an example like Intel. Intel is a company that just stayed in its path. No innovation, no mutation in their business model, no expansion. And when you look at what your money would have done as a shareholder of Intel over the last several years, it's dead money. It's totally dead money. No innovation there whatsoever. Very boring company, if you ask me. And the share price shows it. The share price shows it. So I'm a big bull on Walmart. I know I kind of went like down a whole different path with that question, but I'm very bullish on Amazon on Walmart for years to come. I think you're seeing the early signs of that little mutation like you saw on Amazon, where like they dominate their original business, and then branch off And like, because what you need to do in order to be successful at that, you have to dominate your core business to the point where you have a strong brand and consumer following, especially when you're a B2C business. When you're a B2B business, it's a little bit more difficult. And what I mean by that is business to business versus like business to consumer or business to client. But when you are a B2C business, which is what Walmart is a B2C business, you need, and so is Apple, so is Amazon, you need to be able to have your consumer base completely be in love with your product and your brand. And I think Walmart is getting to that point. Target had the chance to do that. A lot of people used to say, "Oh, where'd you get that?" Target. Like people would like make the joke about, like, instead of Target, it was Target. Like Target had the chance to do that, but Walmart, I think, has surpassed them. Okay, so something to think about. Okay, something to think about. Like I said, I know I went down a far path, but it was a good discussion. What's a good price to buy Walmart? Ooh. Um, the low to mid 130s, I think, is a great area, to be honest. If you get it anywhere cheaper, you got to be a buyer. If you get it cheaper, this is a clear level. These mid 130s are a clear level. If you get any type of a pullback there on Walmart, that's a clear level. Yeah, it's an expensive price to pay, but I don't think you're going to see another opportunity to buy Walmart down here. I just don't. I don't think you're going to see another opportunity for that. I think the days of double digit share price in Walmart are gone. I don't think you'll see a double digit share price in Walmart ever again. So I think that in the 130s, I think is a good place for you guys to be long-term buyers. And I'm still extremely bullish on AMD. AMD is one of my favorite companies. I think AMD is $150 stock within the next 2 to 3 years. Nick Chu, Mike, what are your thoughts on Zoom and a price to buy? My thoughts on Zoom is it is so insanely expensive and overpriced, and I cannot, with any straight face, ever recommend anybody become a long-term investor at $500 a share. It does not mean the stock cannot continue higher, but it means that I will not be a buyer at $500 a share on Zoom Video. Zoom Video has an interesting setup here that I want you guys to be paying attention to. Was a very clean, like a very clean bull flag type of setup here on the daily chart on Zoom Video, and we broke out of that today. We pulled back to kind of retest the upper resistance level of that bull flag, and you're going to want to see if this Zoom Video can hold that. You really want to see Zoom Video stay above like the mid 490s, like 490 to 495. I think you want to see Zoom Video if it's going to make a move to new highs. If this stock's going to make a move to new highs, I think you've got to see that. This is a nice looking setup on the daily chart for some further upside. What I think you need to be careful of is if this pattern completely fails. If you see Zoom Video down at like in the 480, 485 tomorrow, I think then you run the risk of a more significant pullback down towards 400 over the next coming weeks. But I think that if you're trying to get long this, I think 490 is an area that's got to hold. I'd like to see the stock stay above that 490 level if it's going to make a move to new all-time highs. But I do own Zoom in my long-term portfolio, but I can't recommend anybody as a buyer of this thing. I bought this thing, earlier this year. But and I didn't buy it like separately. It's actually in one of the tech portfolios that I own through JP Morgan Wealth Management. Zoom is one of it's like a medium sized holding in the portfolio, and I own it through that. But I can't, I can't with a straight face, say that $500 is a steal for a long term hold on Zoom. I think it's way too expensive. Wimmy is just a day trade. Wimmy was just a day trade. Verizon versus AT&T. I like Verizon better. I mean, listen, if you're buying them for the dividend, you can't go wrong either way. I mean, they both pay great dividends. I think AT&T's dividend is actually a little bit higher than Verizon's, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I can get a fact check on that. I think there's a fact check on that. But I think I think AT&T's dividend is higher than Verizon's, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it, but I think. I like Verizon better because I think you have a greater chance of seeing share appreciation on that position. I like Verizon to be a better and bigger player and better positioned for 5G. But they both pay a fantastic dividend. They both pay a fantastic dividend. I think you need to own one of them. Like if you're looking for dividends, I like Verizon better. Okay, I like Verizon better, but AT&T's dividend I think is like maybe 1 or 1.5% higher. But I like Verizon better. Are the companies that Trump shouted out going to skyrocket? I remember hearing Johnson & Johnson, not necessarily a shout out, but these are the companies that are doing the vaccines and the therapeutics. Regeneron, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Gilead, Moderna. I mean, there's a long list of companies. Will they skyrocket? A lot of them have already skyrocketed, but some of them will do better than others depending on what drugs get approved and what drugs don't. McPhee has a question about Beyond Meat. Is Beyond Meat a confirmed short? I haven't even looked at Beyond Meat over the last couple of days. Let me take a look. Oh, wow. I'll be damned. I haven't looked at Beyond Meat in the last couple of days. That's a strong break. That 170 level was tough on Beyond Meat. No, I do not think this is a confirmed short by any stretch of the imagination. I do not think this is a confirmed short. No. I mean, you have to watch now for those high 160 area, the high 160s, like 168, 169. You got to watch that to become a level of support now. That was a pretty key resistance level for Beyond Meat to break through. Now, you may have some trouble. Well, we just filled this gap too. We filled this gap too from late July. That gap has been filled. You may see a pullback and kind of reset in the low 180s. I mean, if you're looking to like a quick little short down to like in the low 180s, yeah, maybe over the next couple of days, maybe it pulls back and resets in the low 180s. But I wouldn't consider that I wouldn't say that I'm bearish on the stock overall, based on that. I think that this was a very important break through this resistance level. And I think at that point, in the longer term, I think you've got this to continue higher. The thing about Beyond Meat that you guys also have to realize is that it's really like these single focus stocks. Single focus really, it maybe isn't the best term for it, but the excitement over one particular sector when you really only have like one or two public vehicles for people to invest in when there's hype around a sector. Um, those stocks can make pretty strong moves. Like Roku is an example of that. Roku is like, when you talk about an option to the internet streaming, another option to it, it's Roku. And you take a look what Roku stock has done, things at all time highs. Beyond Meat, similar thing. If that plant food, healthier lifestyle or not, I shouldn't say healthier because their products aren't necessarily healthier. They're just not meat. But there was a lot of crave and a lot of hype and a lot of excitement around that entire industry. And I don't think, the hype has kind of settled. The hype has settled, but I think that that's an industry that's only going to continue to get bigger as time goes on. So I know Impossible Foods is another one. They're not yet public, but Beyond Meat is really kind of the only option when you think of like the fake meat type of category. I think Beyond Meat has more room to the upside. Oh my God, Peloton. Oh my goodness, Peloton. What a run this stock has had, man. Unbelievable run this stock has had. I am so mad at myself for not buying more Peloton when I actually got a Peloton. The product's amazing. Okay. The product kicks ass. It really does. It really does. The product kicks ass. Um, I was in the camp before I got a Peloton. I was in the camp like, oh, what's the big deal? It's an at-home workout bike. Like, when people go back to the gym, like they're not going to care about the Peloton bike. And I was in that camp until I got one. When I got one, I'm like, this product's amazing. Everything about it. The technology, the service, the equipment, just a top-notch quality service. And it's not just the bike. They've got other fitness and health areas. It's not just the bike. And I should have just really just bought some Peloton in my long term, just based on that alone, and I didn't. But this stock just continues to soar. The one thing that I'm looking at that I do not like about the Peloton chart is while the share price continues to increase, the volume continues to decrease. I do not like that. Okay. I do not like how you're getting new highs, new highs, new highs, new highs, basically every single day. But every single day you're getting lower volume, lower volume, lower volume, lower volume, lower volume. That to me is a little concerning and could be an early sign of a potential short-term top or near-term top. And that is something I'd be very cautious of if I was a Peloton shareholder. If you are long Peloton, or maybe you own call options, I think it would be prudent to be taking profits off into this move, considering how low the volume is as the stock continues to move higher. It's actually not that pricey, Trader Pete, because they have like these payment plans. They have these payment plans. Once you can do a payment plan to pay off the bike, and then once you pay off the bike, it's like $40 a month, I think. Like to have the service to get like the classes and the workouts and all that. So it's actually not that expensive. I wouldn't be buying leaps in Peloton right now. No, I think Peloton is extended, and usually you like to buy leaps on stocks that have not made their runs yet. You don't really want to necessarily buy leaps all the way out like that. Why don't I hold REITs? REITs are good for the dividend. And it's just not in my Not in my strategy. I'm a very tech. I'm a major bull when it comes to tech. Major bull when it comes to tech. I mean, I'm overweight tech in my portfolios. I'm going to stay overweight tech, which may have been surprising to a couple of, which may have been surprising to a couple of people during the tech pullback in September. But I remain overweight. I remain overweight and tech heavy. No, Stonewall Jackson, I think the exact opposite. I think banks are going to completely shit the bed this week. I'm not bullish on banks right now. I think the banking sector is going to disappoint. I think it won't be even keel across the board. I think some banks will disappoint, some won't. And the ones that disappoint, I think are going to be the ones that have more exposure to the commercial lending markets and that hold all these bad loans. You got to think of it this way. If renters are not paying their mortgage or renters are not, excuse me, if renters are not paying their rent, then the homeowners or the building or commercial property owner are not paying their mortgage. So you're going to have some pretty bad loans that are out there in the banking system. A bank like Goldman Sachs will be less affected by that because their exposure to that part of the financial sector is minimal when you compare them to like a Citi or a JP Morgan, a Wells Fargo. I think Wells Fargo is going to just absolutely crap the bed. Wells Fargo is my least favorite of all of the banks. JP Morgan is one of my favorites, but they too have exposure to that area. So I think like a Morgan Stanley, a Goldman Sachs, banks that are more fixated on derivative markets and other financial instruments. They have very active trading desks. They're active in investment banking, M&A, and they have less exposure to like consumer banking and personal banking. When you think of personal banking, you think of Bank of America, JP Morgan. Those are going to be the banks that are going to be a little bit more susceptible to some of the bad loans. And I think those are the banks that run the risk of disappointing during earnings. So I do not think banks are going to crush. I think banks are going to be a mixed bag. I think like you might have like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, they might like do okay because of maybe better than expected trading performance or something like that. But I think the other banks, you run the risk of having some problems and disappointing because of the factors that I just spoke about. I hold JP Morgan long term too. I hold JP Morgan long term too. You know, I own those stocks in my long term portfolio. They're not going anywhere. We're talking about one earnings season. I'm not trying to buy and sell in my long term portfolio based on every single earnings season. WKHS. A lot of you guys are asking me about WKHS. Really disappointing day for that stock today. Very disappointing day for that stock today. WKHS had the gap up today, and we kind of put in a pretty nasty double top here. That's a nasty looking candle. That's a big increase in volume. That's a very aggressive rejection at that double top right in front of that all-time high. That's an aggressive rejection, which is disappointing. It's disappointing. It doesn't mean the trade is completely dead. The stock could still, consolidate that little pullback and make another attempt at 30. If WKHS breaks through that $31 level, you can see 36. I would expect a move pretty similar to what you saw here when we broke through that prior high. You saw you had that extension move. I would expect something very similar in WKHS if you can get through 31. Today's action on the daily definitely has me hesitant, definitely has me standoffish. If we consolidated today and we kind of held right up in here, I would still remain very bullish. I'd be looking to get myself, into this thing on maybe a little pullback consolidation day, something like this, for like a little bit of a swing trade and look for that breakout move. But today's action, makes me hit the brakes a little bit. Today's action makes me say, okay, that's a strong rejection, double top, increase in volume. I'm going to be a little standoffish. This will also mean you have more time if you did want to be long this. Trust me, this thing's not going to go up there and break through 31 tomorrow without some major news catalyst. Yes, it's just a setting, guys. The color of the volume bars is just a setting on how if the candle is going to show you green or red compared to, because is it green or red, meaning did the stock close higher than yesterday's close, or did the stock close lower than it opened? And that can give you a different red or green color. It's just a setting on your charts. I love Qualcomm breakout trading. I do like Qualcomm. I own Qualcomm. I do like Qualcomm. Good question. AV, good question. Can Johnson & Johnson vaccine pause news move the market down tomorrow? Futures are down. It's a really good question. Honestly, it's a very, very good question. It could, but it would be trumped by any positive news regarding stimulus. It could give you a little bit of a pullback, but any news regarding stimulus will trump that. Todd Tribula says AMD. Yep, I love AMD. It's one of my favorite long-term holdings. I think that's $150 stock in the next 2 to 3 years. Direct Control. I love Disney. I love Tesla. I'm long-term bull. I'm bullish on both of those companies long-term. All right, guys, that pretty much does it here for our Q&A session. I did not realize how much time has gone by while we were doing that Q&A. Time really flies when we do these Q&As. It's incredible. All right, so that pretty much does it there for our Q&A session. So what we're going to talk about here, guys, now on this live stream, we're going to be discussing what I'm expecting to happen next. All right. Let's talk about the strength in the overall markets today. We're going to, guys, hold on one second. Oh, there we go. We're going to talk about the strength in the overall markets here today. We're going to talk about what I actually think is going to happen next in the markets. We were, yesterday on my live stream, if you guys were watching my live stream yesterday, I said yesterday that I think that the markets have broken clean out of a reverse head and shoulders pattern, and I think the mid 350s is well within reach. I did not think that was going to happen today. I was surprised at the strength in the markets today. I was actually very surprised at the strength in the markets today, and I'm going to get to that in this live stream. I'm going to tell you why I was surprised at how strong the markets were today, and I'm going to tell you what message that sends to me and where I think the market's going to go in the next couple of weeks, and then in the next couple of months, I'll tell you guys what I think the market's going to do. Before I get into that and I give you guys kind of my predictions here and my calls on the overall markets and how you can position yourselves to benefit from it, I want all of you guys right now, real quick, if you have not done so already, get to smashing, guys. Everybody go ahead and smash that like button. So let me know how much you guys appreciate these live streams, me spending the time here each and every single night, going over these live streams with you guys. Smash that like button. Let me know you guys appreciate it. Let's get about 100 more likes on this video before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything that I want to discuss with you guys. There we go. Keep on hitting away, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. That was nice. A quick little 100 likes in a couple of seconds. That's what I'm talking about. Keep smashing away, guys. Hit that like button. All right, next we're going to do same thing we do every live stream. We're going to take some attendance here, guys. Real quick, if you are not a member of True Trading Group, go ahead, type the letters TTG in chat right now. If you guys are not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG in chat right now. All right, Todd Chabula, Immortal Club, Rod Elmini, Sheer Goldberg, Amini, Nora Koki, Jack Hink, Landon Leon, BNB, Zaire Moran, DN, Brian, Sanja, William, Alex, John, Shalar, Adrian, Mike Freiberg, Travis, Ank, Jamin Sanu, beautiful guys, Milan, Arjoiner, Arjun, Kanori, Amy Joe, Rajeep, Salah, Chris Kovac, Jeff DeWitz, Christian Shorter. Matt Brown says, not yet. I like your style, Matt. I'm ready when you are, my man. Narissa Spencer, Mike Millsaps, David Betts, Anthony Robinson. Good question. Anthony Robinson, you've been pretty active in the feed here. Man, I see you. Thank you very much for participating with us. I appreciate it. Amit, Holly, Phil Dees, Phil Titus, KV, John R, G Bemsey, Free Frank 2020, Ryan Shetler. Nice, guys. Very nice. Beautiful. Rama, Ned No FOMO. Beautiful, guys. So we have a lot of non-members in here. Now, if you are a member of our trial program, we have a 7-day trial. That's called our TeachD3 trial program. If you guys are a member of that, go ahead and type the number 3 in chat right now. All right, Trevor H is a trial member. YahooTube, Jeff Mattern, Deborah Starwalt, Cedric Mitchell, Joe Okari, Massimo, Sherry, Landon Leon, Jose Guevara, Kerry Branton. All right, very nice, guys. Good stuff. All right, cool. So we have a lot of our TeachD trial members that are in here with us. Beautiful. We have a lot of our trial members that are in here with us, guys, real quick. If you guys want also, before we get things going, guys, give me a follow on Twitter. I just put my Twitter handle right there at the bottom of the screen. Okay. It is at @MikeEdward_TTG. Again, guys, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. I'm always posting cool stuff on there. Testimonials, motivational stuff, educational content, other videos, trade ideas, market sentiment, trade recaps. I'm always posting some really cool stuff on Twitter. So guys, go ahead and give me a follow there on Twitter at @MikeEdward_TTG. At @MikeEdward_TTG. Go ahead, guys, give me a follow there on Twitter. Always posting some really cool stuff on there. All right, now, for those of you that are brand new to TTG, let me explain to you guys what you guys get when you join True Trading Group, what you get in your membership, okay? We have a lot of stuff going on in the month of October, a lot of stuff going on in the month of October. So let me just kind of run this down for you. In the month of October, we are giving away a Tesla Model 3 or $30,000 cash. We're also giving away Asus laptops. We're also doing a $5,000 Halloween username contest. We have a lot of stuff going on. We're doing an advanced options workshop. We have a lot of stuff going on in the month of October. So let me explain to you guys what you get access to as a member of True Trading Group full time. In TTG, guys, you are going to get access to our live trading chat room every single day from 7:30 a.m. Eastern until 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, where myself, the other moderators, we share our screen with you so you see exactly what we're doing. We're live on the microphone, walking you through our analysis every single step of the way. I'm talking to you exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. I tell you what I'm buying before I buy it. I tell you what I'm selling before I sell it. You also get real-time push notifications whenever myself or another one of our moderators enters or exits a trade in the chat room. Okay, together right now, collectively, our room is sporting just under an 80% accuracy rating. We're about 78, 79% accuracy rating. in the last couple of months. Me personally, I think right now I'm at like 74%, something like that, as far as my accuracy over the last couple of months, which is solid. Okay, that's really good. I think once you get up into the 70s, I think that's when you're starting to talk about professional trading stats. Anything over 50%, you should be a consistently profitable trader. In the 60s, you're a good trader, and then 70% or higher, you're a damn good trader. And that's where you guys can really be earning a nice living, being consistently profitable. So that's included, obviously, with your membership to TTG. But TTG is not just about trading chat rooms, not just about chat, not just about alerts. There's a lot of other stuff you guys get access to. Specifically, the same education that I received working at a hedge fund. So you guys are going to get a simplified version of a 3-month educational program that I went through when I worked at a hedge fund on Wall Street. I have taken those 3 months of education, I've simplified it, and I've created a TGD curriculum, which you get access to, which is a 15-course curriculum that covers everything from beginner stock trading, beginner options trading, advanced stock trading, advanced options trading, trader psychologies, part 1 and 2, swing trading courses, how to trade during a stock market crash. You guys get access to all of these courses included in your membership. Okay. Again, this is a simplified version of the same information I learned working at a hedge fund. Okay. This education allowed me to actually receive a Trader of the Year award back in 2008. I actually have it sitting here on my desk still. I've had it here the whole time. Here's my Trader of the Year award. Ooh, almost just broke it. So that would have been pretty ironic. But that's what you guys are going to get access to as a member of TTG. All the courses are included. There's no different packages. It's not like this is a beginner courses, but if you want the advanced courses, that's extra. You get access to all of the courses when you guys join TTG. You're also going to get access to all of our resources and tools that we have. The resources and tools that we have at TTG are worth literally thousands and thousands of dollars a year on their own. I'm not exaggerating by any means. The resources that you have access to as a member of TTG would literally cost you thousands of dollars a year if you went and you got them elsewhere and you signed up for them somewhere else. We have a trade simulator that allows you to trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time level 2. We have a stock screener that allows you to filter through thousands of stocks on the day to see what stocks meet the specific criteria, so you know what are the hottest stocks in the day, where you should be focusing your attention. We have a stock profile tool, which allows you to type in any ticker symbol you're interested in, get a downloadable PDF report. That'll give you all company information, stock information, financial information, and also a list of all the analyst ratings for that particular stock, all the buys, sells, holds from all the analysts covering that stock. It's all there for you in one downloadable PDF report. You'll also get access to over 75 hours of workshops and webinars that myself and the other moderators have put together that cover various topics. Every month we're doing workshops and webinars. We actually have a brand new workshop that's coming up in a couple of days that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm super excited to tell you guys about our next workshop. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm going to tell you guys about that in just a second. But you have access to all of that additional educational information, educational content as a member of TTG. You can also join us live in those workshops and webinars as a member and interact with myself, other members, ask questions live. You also, when you sign up to TTG, get a one-on-one mentor session with one of our TTG moderators, anyone that you guys choose. In addition, access to all future courses and resources. So let's say I come out with a brand new course next month. You don't have to pay for the new course. It's included in your membership. We're like the Netflix of trading communities, right? When Netflix comes out with a new documentary, they don't ask you for more money to watch the documentary. It's included in your membership. Same thing with True Trading Group. We have a Trading View Pro charting software with Quote Media real-time data. I will say that to you again. We have included with your membership, okay, we're beta testing it now with lifetime members. It'll be live in the site in just a couple days. A Trading View Pro charting software with Quote Media real-time data, okay? That in itself, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how much all this stuff would cost you if you got this on your own, okay? That workshop actually is going to be Thursday, October 22nd for our new workshop. All current TTG members are good to go. There's not a lot of space for brand new members. Okay. This is going to be an advanced options workshop on October 22nd. Chris Toner, who's one of our moderators in chat, Chris Toner has been trading options for more than 20 years. Okay. He is an options specialist. Anyone that is interested in learning advanced option strategies, for example, credit spreads, debit spreads, straddles, strangles, condors, naked puts, anyone that's interested in learning advanced option trading strategies, on October 22nd, Chris Toner is doing a 2-hour long workshop on advanced options. Okay. These workshops are specifically for TTG members only. Okay. This is not something that's going to be on YouTube. This is something that will be conducted live in our chat room, a 2-hour long event with a trader that's been trading options for more than 20 years. If you are interested in learning advanced option strategies, I highly recommend that you guys attend. Chris Toner is one of the smartest option traders and most experienced option traders that I know. More than 20 years of experience trading options at a professional level. I just dated him a little bit. I just kind of gave you guys a little bit of his age. Well, I guess not really, because I mean, I'm only 35. I've been trading for 16 years, but anyway, trading for options for 20 years at a professional level, the guy's a true pro and a true expert at his craft. So I highly recommend you guys join him if you want to learn advanced option strategies. Okay. Let me just kind of fill you in here. Everything that I just said to you, right? Okay. Oh, you also get access to the Benzinga Pro newsfeed. Our Benzinga newsfeed, guys, is right in our chat room. It gets you access to up to the second breaking news alerts. Okay. So whenever you have a big move in the SPY or a big move in a particular stock, within seconds, you're getting notified of what the catalyst is for that move from our Benzinga live newsfeed that's included in your membership. Okay. All this is included. Now, let me explain to you guys real quick. Everything I just said to you, right? If you were not a member of True Trading Group and you wanted all of these things, if you said, you know what, I want a Benzinga Pro newsfeed, let me go to Benzinga, let me pay for it. That's going to cost you $1,188 for the year to get that live newsfeed with the audio squawk box. Okay, the audio squawk box is, if you don't want to read the news headlines, you can turn on the audio squawk box and somebody verbally reads it out to you out loud. So you can just have your speaker on and not have to worry about reading a headline. You can listen to the headlines as they come through your speaker. Okay, so we have all of that included in your membership. It's right in our chat room. If you went to Benzinga and bought that service on your own directly, it's going to cost you $1,188 for the year. If you went to a third-party service provider and said, I want real-time streaming level 1 and level 2 for all the major indexes, that will cost you $990 for the year. If you wanted a trade simulator, that's going to cost you about $750 for the year. And then if you wanted the TradingView Pro charting software, that's going to cost you $720 for the year. That is a total of $3,648 in subscription fees if you wanted to go buy those resources on your own. All of that is included in your TTG membership, in addition to the 15-course curriculum, which is the same information I learned working at a hedge fund, access to our daily trading chat room, over 75 hours of workshop and webinars, access to all of our live workshops and webinars, a one-on-one mentor session with the pro trader. All of that is included in additional to all those resources for a one-time payment, okay, of just $1,201. A one-year membership is usually $2,048, but with coupon code TTG1020, you get a 41% discount, which brings it all the way down to $1,201 for the year. I will say that to you again. If you bought all of those resources on your own, those resources and tools would cost you $3,648 for the year. But because of deals that we have worked out with all of these companies to buy these services in bulk, so we can pass those resources and services onto you, our members, because these are services that I think every trader needs to have in order to be consistently profitable. You have to have a news feed. You should have a simulator where you can practice trading if you're a brand new trader. You should have real-time level 1, real-time level 2. You should have a really good charting software. Okay, these are all things that you need to be a really good trader and a consistently profitable trader, and that's why it's all included in your membership. Okay, like I said, that's going to cost you $3,600 if you bought it on your own. But with TTG, it's included in addition to everything else I just explained to you for only $1,201. Use coupon code TTG1020, okay, right there at the bottom of your screen to get a 41% discount. Let me explain to you what else is going on in the month of October, why you guys want to join TTG right now in the month of October, because what we have going on. October 30th, we're doing a Halloween username contest. You guys have heard of costume contests. We're doing a username contest where traders are going to our members are going to change their username to be either trading or Halloween related. And we are going to take a vote in chat with all of our members on the best usernames. First prize gets $3,000. Second prize gets $1,500. Third prize gets $500. Just some cool, fun stuff that we're doing with our TTG members. We are also going to be giving away a Tesla Model 3. Okay, we're also going to be giving away a Tesla Model 3. For every 300 members that we get, we give away a Tesla Model 3 or $30,000 cash if you don't want the Tesla. Okay, and we are also going to be giving away 5 Asus laptops, which is the same brand laptop that I use. Okay, we're going to be giving away 5 laptops every Friday in the month of October. All of these things, you just need to be a member of True Trading Group in order to be included in each and every single one of these raffles. Okay, all you need to do is be a member of True Trading Group. To do that, use coupon code TTG1020. I want to make sure that you, as the YouTube fam, or if you're joining me on Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook, I want to make sure you guys get that 41% discount. I don't want you paying full price if you guys are spending the time to join me here on these live streams. So take advantage of that coupon code, get access to everything that I just mentioned to you. When you guys join True Trading Group, I need you to understand that 80% of our members are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in the first 6 months of their membership. Okay, 7 to 10 times their membership fee in the first 6 months. Of that 80%, 30% are making it back in just 30 days. So you are being told right now that if you guys join TTG, invest $1,200 in yourself, you're going to get access to $3,600 worth of resources. You're going to get access to, which I can't put a price on, the education I received working at a hedge fund, because the education that I received working at a hedge fund has allowed me to become the trader that I am today and has allowed me to have the success that I enjoy now today. I can't put a price tag on that, but believe me, it's a hell of a lot more than $1,200. I'll tell you that. You know, you tell me, how much would you pay if you had the opportunity tomorrow to go sit in the offices of a $500 million hedge fund on Wall Street and be taught and mentored for 3 months by some of the best traders at that hedge fund? How much would you pay for that? Would you pay $1,000 for that? Would you pay $2,000? Would you pay $5,000? $7,000? Would you pay $10,000? $15,000? $20,000? How much is that worth? That I can't put a price tag on. But for just $1,200, you are getting access to all of that with having an 80% chance of making $7,000 to $10,000 within the first 6 months of your membership, because 80% of our TTG members are doing exactly that within the first 6 months of their membership. If I said to you guys, let's go to Vegas, there's an 80% chance that the roulette wheel is going to come out black. Would you put $1,200 on black if you had an 80% chance that it was going to come out black? And that's only you making double your money, never mind 7 to 10 times your money. Who wouldn't take that deal? These are stats that we've surveyed from traders live in our chat room, guys. Okay, so again, to join TTG, get access to all that awesome stuff that I just told you guys about, use coupon code TTG1020. Okay, every single day in the month of October, the membership is going to tick up by a couple of bucks. The coupon code TG1020 will be valid for the whole month, but the discount is going to go down slightly each day. So every 24-hour period, the cost of a membership is going to go up by a couple of bucks. So you're going to want to make sure that you guys act now, and definitely make sure you are in there by October 22nd for that advanced options workshop. The advanced options workshop, the Tesla giveaway, the username contest, and the laptop giveaway are for TTG members only. Okay, so to join the TTG fam, use that coupon code right there, guys. If you're not ready to join TTG yet full time, and you guys want to give us a 7-day trial, you can do so by going to ttgthree.com. That's a 7-day trial for a one-time payment of just $3. Okay, one-time payment of just $3, less than a cup of coffee. That's going to get you 7 days access to our member dashboard, so you guys can see the different tools and resources that we have. It's going to get you 3 days in our live trading chat room. You can trade with me live and the rest of our moderators. It's going to get you access to that Benzinga Pro newsfeed, our stock profile tool, and all of our trade history. We're an open book in TTG. We keep a journal of all of our trades. You can go back and look at the winners, the losers, the break-evens, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sexy, you guys name it. You guys have access to see all of our performance over the last couple of months. We're fully transparent. We're an open book in TTG. Okay, so again, you guys can go to ttgthree.com, one-time payment of just $3. Give us a test drive. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time during your trial, but you're under no obligation to do so whatsoever. Important to note, the Advanced Options Workshop, the Tesla Model 3 giveaway, the Halloween username contest, the laptop giveaway, all of that is only for TTG members, okay? That is only for TTG members. If you are a trial member, you are not included in those raffles. And on top of all of that, I've got some exciting news to tell you all. Last night, if you were on this live stream, I told you guys that we had 30 Amazon Kindle Fire HDs that we were giving away to people that signed up last night. It was such a hit. We blew right through those 30 Amazon Kindle Fires. Congratulations to our new TTG members that now have an Amazon Kindle Fire. But the reason why we're giving away the Amazon Kindle Fire last night, and I've got some news, I'm giving away 15 of them today. We gave away 30 yesterday. I'm giving away 15 Amazon Kindle Fire HDs. These are fully internet, okay, full internet connected Kindle Fires. They're not just like reading a book or anything. These are full internet capability, so you can trade on the go. Instead of you fumbling around with a small telephone or a small screen on your phone, you guys are going to have an Amazon Kindle Fire that you can trade from on the go. I want to make sure all of our members, okay, that you guys have the resources and tools necessary to be a consistently profitable trader. So the first 15 people to use coupon code TTG1020. I'm not kidding. The first 15 people, that's it. It is first come, first serve. Use coupon code TTG1020 right now. Get the 41% discount and get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD. We are covering the shipping cost. It is literally 100% free to the first 15 people that use coupon code TTG1020 right now, before midnight, okay? Now, we're probably going to blow through those 15 Kindle Fires within the next hour, but you have until midnight. I would not wait. It is first come, first serve. You want a free Amazon Kindle Fire? You want a chance to win a Tesla? You want a chance to win part of the $5,000 username contest? You want a chance to win a brand new laptop? You want to join us on that advanced trading workshop? You want to be in chat with me every single day live, following my trades, asking questions? You want to get the education that I learned working at a hedge fund so you guys can go and find your own trade opportunities? Use coupon code right now, TGD1020. You want to get access to $3,600 worth of resources and tools like our news feed, our trading software, our trade simulator, our real-time level 2, our stock screener, our stock profile tool. You want to access all that stuff, guys? Use this coupon code right now and win and just get a free Amazon Kindle Fire that you can take with you on the go so you can trade easily and comfortably from your Amazon Kindle Fire. Okay? Again, that is to the first 15 people that sign up here tonight. All right? Now, let's get into, okay, the educational part of this live stream. I want to talk to you guys now about what I expect to have happen next. Let's recap the day. Let's talk about what happened in the markets today. Let's go to the charts. Massive day in the overall markets today. Okay, massive day in the overall markets today. Okay, massive day. I have been talking about a reverse head and shoulders pattern in the SPY for the last about week and a half, and I'll draw it out to you guys again. If you were on my live stream last night, you guys will see this. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, actually, I don't know why I just did it backwards. Okay, there's your left shoulder, there's your head, there's your right shoulder, there's your neckline. And when we broke out of that neckline on Thursday, okay, that was the break out of this pattern. And then you get this explosive move today. Absolutely explode. This is not even today. Look at Friday. Look at Thursday. Look at Wednesday. This 4-day move in the market is insane. This 4-day move is insane. We literally went from 335 to 355, 354, excuse me, 19-point move in 4 days. You guys may not realize this. That is a massive move in the SPY. For the SPY to move 19 points in 4 days is nuts. Oh my God, I just did that math wrong. What a move. Like you've got it. I mean, honestly, I'm just like, I'm blown away. You know, I'm blown away at the move that we've seen. We went from, what was it, Wednesday? Let me see. This is Wednesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday was the tweet that the stimulus talks were off. I mean, we weren't going to get any stimulus till after the election. Then we come back in Wednesday, talks are back on, and we've absolutely exploded. Okay, so this is a clean break out of that reverse head and shoulders pattern. What you guys have to be looking for now on the SPY, this level is now a support level. On any pullbacks, know this level, 342.50 to 343. Know that level. That is your new key support level on the SPY. That's your new key support level. You will also have the 50-day moving average, this dark blue line on my screen, over the next couple of days. It's going to work its way up to that 343 area also. So you want to now look for 343, 342.50. You want to look for that to now be, okay, you want to look for that to now be the area of your next area of support. Okay, that is where you guys want to look for there to be support here on the SPY. All right. I do not think we're just going to rip roar right to all-time highs. Okay, I do not think we're just going to rip roar right to all-time highs and we're going to do this. We're going to break through the all-time high and we're going to look at new all-time highs tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so let's talk about what I think is going to happen here next. Your new major levels now, you have a wide range that we can work with here. You've got about a 15 to 16 point range that we can work on here. And that's going to be your all-time high and that previous neckline. Okay, this previous neckline that we were just talking about in that reverse head and shoulders pattern, that's your new trading range on the SPY. Now, that trading range I expect to hold up here in the coming weeks and give us a lot of volatility within this range. I think we're going to have a lot of volatility within this range. It's important to note that today I was very surprised at this move. My game plan today, okay, if you guys joined me on my live stream yesterday, I said that I think that we were going to get up to 350. I literally said 354 to 355. Okay. I literally said 354 to 355. I said it on my live stream last night. I did not think we were going to get there today. What really even kind of caught me off guard a little bit more today was the strength from today, because there was a news headline regarding stimulus today where Nancy Pelosi said that they're still at odds regarding stimulus. And she said she told all the members of the House to not expect to vote on anything this week. Well, we've still got a lot of week left. And that means that we're going to have a lot more days without any stimulus agreement, or we're going to be moving towards some type of a vote. Okay, where we're going to be moving towards some type of a vote. Now, that's a lot more days of unknown regarding stimulus. What I think the markets realized today, what I think happened today in the overall markets, and what I'm going to explain to you guys real quick, and I'm actually going to go back to full screen to say this to show you guys how serious I am in the comment that I'm about to make to you all. So please listen carefully and please respect what I'm going to ask from all of you right now. Understand that this YouTube channel is for trading, investing, and making money. This YouTube channel is not about political views or affiliation or opinions. I will never share with you guys my political, opinions. I do not want your political opinions, nor does anyone else on here on this live stream. So what I'm about to talk to you guys about now has to do with Biden and Trump and the market pricing in specific things and how the market is viewing a Biden presidency or a Trump presidency and what the polls are reflecting and what that potentially means for the markets. This in no way has anything to do with my political affiliation. I'm not going to talk about that. And I'm asking each and every single one of you right here, right now, to keep your political comments to yourselves. If you guys start going on political rants in the chat, I will mute you. This is your first and last warning. Please respect my wishes of keeping this as clean and financial and trading related as we can. Okay, so with that said, let's go back to the charts. Let me explain to you what I think happened here today. What I think happened here today, okay, you have had over the last, couple of weeks or a couple of months, there's been the talks and the debates, not debates meaning presidential debates, but there's been a lot of talks about what does a Trump presidency mean for the markets? What does a Biden presidency mean for the markets? As traders, whether you are Democrat, Republican, Independent, it doesn't matter, whatever the hell you are, you've got to be able to understand from an unbiased standpoint and from a neutral standpoint, what could that mean or for the markets and for, specific sectors based on policy. Okay. Whether you agree with the policy or not is irrelevant. Okay. It's called reality. Whoever wins the election, whatever policies are implemented, how will that affect the stock market? And what I think happened to the markets today, you are seeing Biden extend, okay, and I don't care if you believe in the polls or not, again, not relevant here, but Biden has extended his lead in a lot of the polls. What I think is happening here in the markets now is the markets are looking past any of the negative headlines that are right in front of its face, and they're looking further out. What I mean by that is, okay, if Trump wins, what does that mean for the markets? That means corporate gains taxes will stay where they are after the reduction. Corporate taxes will stay where they are after the reduction. He's even made comments about reducing taxes further. That bodes well for corporate earnings, which bodes well for earnings, which bodes well for PE ratios and earning growth and share price and all of those things. Okay, so people were looking at the markets as, okay, Trump, a second term for Trump would be good for markets because it keeps the tax rate nice and low for a lot of these corporations, which helps earnings, which therefore helps share price. Great, cool, we got that, check. The concern on the Biden side was the increase in taxes. A lot of people were talking about, he's already said, I'm going to increase the corporate gain tax back to, I believe, a little bit higher to where it was under Obama. if not where it was under the Obama presidency. He's going to bring that corporate tax rate back up. Also talks about maybe raising capital gains taxes or a financial transaction. Now, again, whether you agree or disagree with these policies does not matter. How does it affect the markets is what we as traders need to be able to know and view from a neutral standpoint and be able to position ourselves for that. So with regards to that, what I think the market started to realize today was as Biden starts to extend his lead in the polls, what I think the markets came to realize today was if you have a Democrat sweep, the chances of getting tremendous stimulus is very, very high. Now, you have the issue with the stimulus bill. I think Democrats were looking at like 2.4 trillion or something like that, or 2.1 trillion, and Republicans were at like 1 point something trillion, and they couldn't, meet in the middle. They couldn't agree on what that money was going to be spent on. The Democrats wanted a higher stimulus package. The Republicans wanted a lower stimulus package. And what I think markets realized today was if Biden does win, and there was actually in other polling that there was more of a likelihood of a potential Democrat sweep, that we are going to get a massive stimulus bill after the election, where you could be looking at a $2 to $3 trillion stimulus bill, which also bodes well for the markets. And this is what I mean by the markets are looking past any of the potential negatives, because you have a lot of analysts that are saying that, okay, the increase in corporate taxes could eat into corporate earnings by at least 10 to 15%. So you can see a 10 to 15% drop in corporate earnings, which would obviously affect earnings, which would affect share price. But the market is looking past that because of the chances of getting a $2 to $3 trillion stimulus package. If Trump wins, then the markets are saying, well, we get to keep the lower tax rate, and the markets can continue to push higher as a lot of these major tech companies continue their earnings growth. So the markets are looking past any potential negative, and it's looking at the positives. Same thing with coronavirus cases. We just had the biggest single day coronavirus case spike since this whole thing has started globally, worldwide. I think it was like 350 something thousand new cases in one day. That's the highest number ever, including March, including April, the height of the pandemic. That's the highest number that we have seen globally in one day. And the market could care less. The market does not give one single care in the world about the coronavirus. All the market cares about right now is stimulus, stimulus, stimulus. And it's odd to me that we come out today and you have a comment from Nancy Pelosi saying that, you know what? No, we're still actually at odds. And I told all the House representatives to don't expect to vote on anything this week. That should have pulled the markets in. That should have made the markets realize, oh, well, then maybe we're not going to get stimulus. And the only thing that I can think of on why the markets would ignore that headline and continue to push higher like they did was, even if we don't get stimulus today, we have the chance of that. The markets are just pricing in, we're going to get it sooner or later. We're back to that again. We might not have stimulus now, but we're going to. You want to know what that reminds me of, guys? The end of July. Let me take you to July, the end of July, right here, when we were, sitting right here in July. And that's when the unemployment benefits were going to expire, and we had no deal, no stimulus deal, no extension of unemployment benefits. And what did the market do? It did that. Didn't give two craps that we had no stimulus. All it said was, we're going to have stimulus eventually. And the markets rallied to all-time highs until the market woke up one day and said, holy shit, no, we really do need stimulus. Now we're right back to, well, we still don't have it, but we're going to get it eventually. I think that's a dangerous place for the markets to be. I do not like when the markets overlook negatives and only price in the best case scenarios. I do not like when I have that type of feeling in the overall markets, because the last time that we had that feeling in the overall markets was August and February. And you want to know what those times were? February was the markets were still making all-time highs every single day in the month of February, even though China, the world's second largest economy, was closing their economy. And we were still making new all-time highs. We were looking past the negatives and only looking at the positives. Then obviously coronavirus happened. Now we go back to where we were in August. We had no stimulus, but the market's priced in. Eventually we're going to get stimulus. And then that happened. You have these very sharp, abrupt, catch you off guard, scary declines where we don't slowly pull back. We dip and we sell off and we almost a mini crash very aggressively. And I feel like the markets are starting to get back to that point. I feel like we're getting back to that point where we're like, okay, what are the possible negatives? The possible negatives are we don't get a stimulus deal. We don't know who's the president on November 4th. We don't get a successful vaccine. And we do actually get lockdowns on the economy in certain states. Those are the potentials. Those are some pretty serious potential negative headlines. So I do not think that it's prudent for the markets to overlook all of those headlines. And when I see the markets start to make moves like this, that tells me that the markets are just overlooking all the possible negatives and they're only focusing on the potential positives and the best case scenarios. That is why I think the SPY double tops. I think we are going to have okay, the markets just did this after they're like, okay, because this is what happened. Let me explain to you guys the psychology of the market right now. We had this day. This was the day the markets reversed and sold off aggressively because Trump tweeted that tweet and said, we've got no stimulus, stop negotiating. We're not going to do this until after the election, right? Let me go back to the 15-minute chart. That was this. That was that, right? And then the very next day, Pelosi and Mnuchin are back on the phone negotiating. The very next day. So what the markets just did was the market said, you're all full of shit. All the politicians, basically the markets are saying this. This move, this 4-day move tells me this. The market said, you know what, Democrats and Republicans, both you guys, you're all full of shit. You're going to give us some type of stimulus because neither party wants to be able to let the other point to them and say, you're the reason why the American people didn't get help. And of course, the Republicans will point at the Democrats will point to the Republicans. Okay, but the market is saying neither party wants that finger pointing to take place. So the market is basically saying we're going to get stimulus eventually. Well, listen, I'm hopeful that we get stimulus. There's a lot of people in this country that need that stimulus. So I pray to God that those people that need the help get the help. But is it a sure thing that we're going to have some type of stimulus before the election? It's 2020. This is the craziest year that I've ever seen in my life. I don't put anything as a sure thing. So I think it's foolish for the markets to price that in. And I think that if you get some type of significant breakdown in talks again, which is very, very, very possible and likely, you can see another 3-day pullback like you saw here. You could see that again. And I think the markets have the potential to double top and then pull back into where? 343. The same level that I just told you all that I need you to draw that line on your screen and you keep it there and you watch that level like a freaking hawk. Because if we double top and there's concerns about stimulus and that gives us a multi-day pullback down to that 343 level, that's where we are going to get very, very choppy inside of this range, but that can be a very, very tradable range where you can get puts up there at the high of the day, watch that pullback, look for the catalyst, listen for the catalyst, wait for the catalyst, because if we do double top on a catalyst of no stimulus, believe me, there's going to be more than just a 1 or 2 hour sell-off. So you don't need to just buy puts right at the all-time high because you'll probably get squeezed out if we push 1 point higher and then a headline hits, no stimulus, believe me, you will get follow through on that sell off, because this entire move is based on the assumption we have stimulus. So if you don't get stimulus, that whole move gets taken back. So you don't have to be a hero and try to just buy puts in front of the high of the day without the catalyst. Wait for the news headline, then jump on puts, ride a 2 or 3 day sell off, cover that position in front of 343, and then look for a bounce. That's what I'm doing in the SPY over the next couple of days to couple of weeks. That is my entire game plan. Then I think eventually we do get stimulus. If we don't get stimulus before the election, we will after. We will after. We will have some type of stimulus after the election if we do not get it before. So new stimulus, and then you're going to get updates on vaccine trials in November and December. You're going to get updates on the therapeutic trials, and the updates, positive updates on vaccine and therapeutics plus stimulus puts you at new all-time highs. We will. I think I'm very, very confident we make new all-time highs in 2021. I'm very confident we make new all-time highs 2021. Okay, very confident. Okay, that is what I'm looking for in the overall markets. Okay, now I know I just said a lot. Questions. Now is your time to ask questions. Yes, there are still phase 3 trials going on. What do you mean by containerization? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by containerization, Sean? What do you mean by that? Guys, man, everyone's asking me a million completely unrelated questions. Guys, questions about what I just talked about. Questions about the SPY. Questions about the analysis I just gave you. You guys have questions about that specifically, not random questions. Okay, I just went through this entire analysis. Was anybody listening to me? Were you guys listening to me? Do you not see new all-time highs this year? We definitely could make new all-time highs this year. You definitely could make new all-time highs this year. Absolutely, that's possible. Yes, David Padilla, I do think we need the catalyst to sell off aggressively. We could experience a technical pullback. Okay, we could experience a technical pullback. Okay, but that like aggressive sell-off, like a 2-3 day sell-off, you need the catalyst. You need the catalyst. In my opinion, right? I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Do you think the SPY will go up to tomorrow? Ryan D, I don't think the SPY goes up tomorrow unless we have some type of stimulus news. I think tomorrow we cool off a little bit. I think tomorrow we maybe do a little pullback. We maybe bounce back in the morning and then drift lower. I think we consolidate a little bit tomorrow. Frank Barras says, hi, Mike. Is there a possibility of a longer term bearish condition going into 2021? I don't think so. I don't think there's a longer term bearish condition for 2021. I don't think so. Okay. Because I don't think there's a bearish condition for the um, um, for 2021. The next, because once we get this, let me tell you guys now, like my little bit of a longer term outlook, like my 1 to 2 year outlook. Okay, my 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 1 to 2 year outlook. Okay, is I'm bullish for the next couple of quarters. I'm bullish for the rest of this year. I'm bullish for 2021. I think we make new all-time highs. Um, I think we get more stimulus. I think we get a vaccine, and the markets will celebrate stimulus and a vaccine with new all-time highs. And then the market's going to feel, you're going to feel a state of euphoria. And euphoria means nothing can stop the markets. We just go up. That feeling of euphoria is a very, very dangerous feeling. Okay. Market tops are usually put in during moments of max euphoria. Okay. Those are when market tops are usually put in. And let me explain to you guys what I think is going to happen. For the last 12 years, okay, I have not sold a single share in my long-term portfolio. I have only added. I have added to my long-term portfolio on every single significant pullback that the markets have had. I have not sold a single share. In the next 2 years, I plan on selling some of my positions. Let me explain to you guys why. Once the COVID is in the rearview mirror, once we have a stimulus plan, once we have more stimulus, and then once we have a vaccine and COVID's in the rearview mirror, people are going to say, now nothing can stop the markets, right? The stimulus and the vaccine will push the markets to new all-time highs. Then once you're at all-time highs, now you will have this euphoria, okay? This euphoria where you're going to say now there's nothing that can stop the markets from going higher. The markets will continue to push higher. But when the markets continue to push higher, okay, eventually these trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of stimulus, once you get a real increase in demand and what's going on with the value of the dollar in addition to all of this, when you do get inflation start to show its face, okay, and inflation starts to get up over 2%, eventually the Federal Reserve is going to have to raise interest rates. They're not going to have a choice. They will have to raise interest rates in order to keep inflation in check. That's going to be very problematic, and that's going to be when the market will experience its next bear market pullback. And the technical definition of a bear market is a pullback more than 20% off of the highs. I think when the Fed raises interest rates, you will see a 20 to 25% pullback from the all-time high once the Fed says we're now going to start raising interest rates. Okay. And the reason why I think that, and I'm going to take you guys back to the charts for a second, and I'm going to show you, I want to take you all the way back to December of 2018. And I'm going to zoom this in December of 2018. Now, if you guys recall, this was all your China trade war chaos. Deal, no deal, deal, no deal, China trade war. But right here is when Fed Chairman Powell said, we're going to start raising interest rates. Well, I want you to notice how the market took that. I want you guys to see how the market took that. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 consecutive red days when Fed Chairman Powell said, we are going to start raising interest rates. Now, keep in mind, anybody, quick thought here. Anyone know offhand what the unemployment rate was in December of 2018? Was it 7, 8, 9, 10%? Or was it 4%? Because the answer is around 4%. And the economy was roaring. And the market still did that when the Fed was going to raise interest rates. The market sold off so aggressively, so much so that Fed Chairman Powell had to walk back his statements and say, actually, guys, never mind, my bad. We're not going to raise rates. So much so to the point where he says, you know what, screw it. Okay, we're going to actually cut rates. And we went from raising rates in 2018 to cutting rates in 2019. And that is when you got the ridiculous rally, which was 2019, as we started to cut interest rates after the Fed said we're actually going to raise. Now, let's fast forward to today. Okay, now here we are today. Now, fast forward 1 or 2 years. It's going to take time for inflation to get over 2%. This is not something that's going to happen next month or even next quarter. This is something that I think happens in like 2022. Okay, I think in like 2022 is when I think you start to see inflation start to get up over 2%. And once we get over 2%, the Fed is going to have to raise interest rates. Now, you will still have this hangover from COVID. This COVID hangover is not going to just disappear. There was a lot of damage done to the economy. There was a lot of damage done to small business. There was a lot of damage done to your average American. Okay? There were a lot of jobs that were lost that are not going to come back with or without stimulus. The fundamental underlyings of the economy this time around, when it comes time to raise rates, is significantly weaker than the fundamental underlyings of the economy in December of 2018, the last time that we started to raise interest rates, and you saw how the market reacted in December of 2018. So when you fast forward now to when inflation does get, I'm sorry, let me go back. December, inflation was not a concern. You actually had a little bit of deflation going. I mean, inflation was at like 1.5%, 1.6%. Very, very, very low. Okay. So we were in a position in 2019 where the Fed could cut rates because inflation was not a concern. So they had the flexibility to cut rates or say, you know what, we're not going to raise anymore. We're actually going to cut. They had that flexibility in 2019 or in 2018 when they started raising. They had that flexibility because inflation was not a concern. But enter $9 trillion worth of stimulus and it will be a concern. They will not have the luxury this time around to say, oh, inflation is not really a concern. Never mind, we actually won't raise rates. They're going to have to. They're going to have to. You can't let inflation go to 3%. Okay, they're going to have to raise rates. Regardless of what happens in the equities market, they're going to have to do it. And the fundamental underlyings of the economy at that time, you're still going to have the coronavirus hangover. Unemployment is not going to be 3.8. Maybe it's 4.8. Maybe it's 5.8. Maybe it's 6. We don't know what that number is going to look like a year from now. Okay, it's not going to be 8%, but it's not going to be 3.8 either. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. And that's a much weaker economy to deal with raising interest rates than we had in December 2018. Once inflation gets to 2%, I am going to start selling in my long-term portfolio. I am up massive in my long-term portfolio. Okay, you have to look at it this way. I have done nothing but buy every time the market has given you a significant pullback. Okay, the times that I've bought in my long-term portfolio, here are all the times that I bought in my long-term portfolio. Okay, all of these times are when I bought in my long-term portfolio. Okay, all of these times are when I bought my long-term portfolio. Okay, and also back in here. Every time the market pulls back, more than like 15%, whatever the catalyst, whatever the reason, for the last 10 years, I have bought in my long-term portfolio. And throughout all of these rallies, I have not sold a single share. Okay, but once inflation gets over 2% and the Fed has to raise rates, that is when I will start to sell in my long-term portfolio. And that is when, but who knows where we're going to be at that time? That's why I'm not selling now. We can go to 400 on the SPY before that happens. We can go to 410, 420. We can go much, much higher before that happens. So I'm not selling now because inflation is not a concern, and the Federal Reserve is not raising rates. They're not even thinking of raising rates. Raising rates is not even physically able to come out of Fed Chairman Powell's mouth. If he actually says raising, you guys ever see Liar Liar when Jim Carrey tries to lie and he physically can't? Fed Chairman Powell physically cannot say raising rates right now. They're not even thinking about raising rates. We can go significantly higher with more stimulus, a vaccine, COVID behind us. We can go much, much, much higher in the overall markets. And I'm going to benefit from that move. But as soon as inflation gets over 2%, I'm taking profits and I'm going to look for a 25% pullback. And when I get it, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to start to buy again. The end. Okay, that is my game plan. Okay, that's my game plan with the overall markets. That is I just gave you guys my game plan with in the short term and the long term. I gave you guys my game plan on what I think the SPY is going to do the next couple of weeks. I gave you guys what I think the SPY is going to do over the next couple of months. And I told you guys what I think the SPY is going to do over the next couple of years. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. If you guys want to be in chat with me, though, throughout this entire process, capitalize on the moves, okay? Capitalize on the volatility, capitalize on the pullbacks, on the bounces, on the rallies, and be with me and know when I start to sell my positions in my portfolio. And then when I start to buy those positions back, guys, make sure you guys take advantage of this coupon code TTG1020. I think we're almost out. I think we only have like 2 or 3 Amazon Kindle Fires left. Anyone that signs up tonight with coupon code TTG1020, not only you guys getting a 41% discount on our membership, but you're also going to get included for free an Amazon Kindle Fire HD that you will be able to trade with on the go. Okay, this is 100% free. We are covering shipping. Okay, it is completely included with your membership. You guys are going to get access to our chat room that where I share my screen every single day. I'm live on the microphone telling you guys what I'm doing before I do it, every single trade, every step of the way, every day, all day long. You're going to get access to the same educational curriculum that I learned working at a hedge fund. There's a 15-course curriculum, okay? The 3-month education that I received working at the hedge fund, I've simplified it. I've created the TGD curriculum. You get access to all of it. There's no different packages where, oh, this course, then I got to buy this course, then I got to buy this VIP bundle. You get access to the entire curriculum when you guys join. It's the same education that allowed me to receive a Trader of the Year award back in 2008 when I worked at the fund. You guys are going to get access to that same professional education. You're also going to get access to over $3,600 of resources and tools included for free. That includes our Benzinga live and breaking news feed, our audio squawk box, our trade simulator, our stock screener, our trading view software. All of these things are included with your membership. If you bought any of those resources, okay, if you bought those resources on your own, it's going to cost you over $3,600 for the year. All of that is already included for free in your membership. A membership is usually $2,048, but with this coupon code tonight, it's only $1,201. So make sure you take advantage of this coupon code. The price does go up a couple dollars after midnight. So lock in that 1201 price point right now. Get the 41% discount. And whoever signs up tonight, I'm sorry, it was the first 15 people. It's first come, first serve. We only have a couple left. So whoever signs up tonight with coupon code TG20 will get included for free in Amazon Kindle Fire HD, totally free. We're even covering the shipping for you guys that sign up tonight with coupon code TG1020. The things we have going on in the month of October, you want to make sure you don't miss out on. October 22nd, our advanced options trading workshop with Chris Toner, who's been trading options on a professional level for over 20 years. You guys want to definitely make sure you don't miss that if you want to expand and advance your understanding of options trading. Okay, definitely don't miss that. At some point this month, we are going to be giving away a Tesla Model 3 or $30,000 cash, whichever the winner prefers. And that every 300 members that we get, we give away a Tesla Model 3. We are like 60% of the way there. So within the next 1 or 2 weeks, I plan on giving away a Tesla Model 3. Or if you don't want the Tesla, you can take $30,000 cash. All you have to do is be a member of True Trading Group to be included in that raffle. We're also going to be giving away 5 laptops every single Friday in the month of October. Again, all you need to do is be a member of True Trading Group to be included in that raffle. And then we have the Halloween username contest where I'm giving away $3,000 to first place prize, $1,500 to second place, $500 to third place. And that is where we're going to have all of our members on October 30th. They're going to all change their username in chat. And it's going to be something that is going to be funny and creative and imaginative with trading and Halloween related. And then the members are all going to vote. We're going to do a survey in chat. They're all going to vote on their favorite username. And like I said, first place, 3,000, then 1,500, then 500. All of this is taking place in the month of October. So you guys want to make sure. And of course, we're going to have a lot of volatility with stimulus, no stimulus, election. Okay, we're going to have a lot of volatility coming up here in the next couple of weeks as we get closer to all of that. And all of that's in focus. So make sure you guys get your butts in chat. Use coupon code THD1020 in Amazon Kindle Fire. Okay, and use coupon code THD1020. All right. If you guys are not yet ready to join the team full time, we also do have a 7-day trial. That's only a one-time payment of $3. And for that, guys, go to ttgthree.com. The URL is right there on the bottom of your screen. That's a 7-day trial for free. Not for free, excuse me. It's a 7-day trial that get for one-time payment of just $3. Might as well be for free. It's only $3. It's a cup of coffee. That's going to get you 7-day access to our member dashboards. You can see the resources that we have available. 3 days live in our chat room to trade with me and the rest of the gang live. Use our Benzinga Pro newsfeed, and also use our stock profile due diligence tool and see all of our trade history. Okay, that is what you guys will get as a member of the THD3 trial program. However, you will not be included in the Tesla raffle. You will not be included in the laptop raffle. You will not be included in the username Halloween contest. You will not be able to attend the advanced option trading workshop. Those are reserved for TTG members only. So if you want to be included in all of those things, use coupon code TTG1020. And if you guys sign up before midnight, you get a free Amazon Kindle Fire. Okay? That's it, gang. Thank you all for joining me here tonight on this live stream. We had a blast. We talked about a lot of really great stuff. You know, I've got very, very, very specific plans regarding the overall markets. These are very specific things I think the market's going to do over the next couple of days, couple months, couple of years. And I will be positioned for those moves, to benefit from those moves, to profit from those moves. And I will make sure, obviously, that my entire THD family is ready to do that all with me, by my side, and ready to go through this and navigate these markets, learn together, profit together, trade together. That's what THD is all about. All right. Thank you guys for joining me here tonight on this live stream. Again, use that coupon code TTG1020. Take advantage of that 41% discount and get your butts in chat, because at any moment we can get a news headline drops about stimulus or no stimulus, and that can move markets in a big way. And you want to make sure you're positioned properly to profit from it. All right. Thanks a lot for tonight, guys. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't done so already, this is your first time joining me on one of these live streams. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you guys never miss out on a single one of these live streams that we're doing, constantly answering questions, providing educational content and information totally for free. You guys are the best. I love you all. Have a great night. I'll see you guys all in chat.